Hi, welcome to this week's webinar, Tying Context to Students in JMC. My name's Denise Drew, and I will be your host today. Join our training team to learn about the various contact types in JMC Office, including primary, lunch, emergency, and others, each offering different levels of access to student information. Discover how to attach multiple primary contacts for more effective communication. Today's agenda includes understanding contact type for association with a student, adding and editing contacts in Edit Contacts, attaching a contact to a student. Hold all your questions till the question and answer session at the end of each section. And if there's any questions in there, just type it in there and I will go ahead and answer your question at that time. Understanding contact type for association with a student. In JMC, a contact refers to any individual, usually an adult, who communicates with the school regarding a student. These contacts can include parents, guardians, grandparents, aunts and uncles, neighbors, babysitters, health professionals, and others. Contacts are managed through JMC Office or New Family Enrollment Portal, allowing them to be associated with students for appropriate data access and facilitating seamless communication between the school and stakeholders. All contacts are stored in JMC Office on the Edit Contact page, where important demographic information such as names, addresses, phone numbers, and email addresses is available. Contact details can be entered or edited directly in the Edit Contacts page via New Family Enrollment or through JMC Family, allowing families and office members to collaboratively maintain up-to-date contact records. Edit Contact is where you add new contacts, delete old contacts, or edit demographic information for existing contacts right from the Attendance Contacts Edit Contacts page. Merge Contact Submission, you review edits to contact information submitted through the JMC Family page before accepting them into the JMC Office from the Merge Contact Submission page. JMC Family continue the registration process, enlist help from your families in maintaining the up-to-date contact records directly through the online registration page in the JMC Family portal. New Family Enrollment. Families that are new to your district can easily submit their demographic information through your New Family Enrollment portal to populate the Edit Contacts page with initial contact records. Family enrollment forms. Once new families submit their information through the New Family Enrollment portal, you can quickly review and accept or reject submissions on the Edit Contact page from the Enrollment Forms Family Enrollment Form page. A contact type defines the relationship between a student and a contact. These types are crucial for granting appropriate access to the JMC Family portal, linking siblings to a household, facilitating groupings for communication purposes, and more. In addition, contact types help office staff identify individuals associated with students, promoting student safety. Primary contact is again responsible for the student's day-to-day well-being and activities. In most cases, these are parents, step-parents, and guardians, but in some cases they could be grandparents. Primary contacts have access to student information through JMC Family and receive student mailings and emails, such as report cards and schedules. Secondary contact is responsible for a student, but not the primary caretaker. Typically, these folks are non-custodial aunts and uncles, grandparents, neighbors, and babysitters. An emergency contact is the person that you call when a parent or guardian is unavailable during an emergency. A lunch contact is responsible for paying the account balance for the student's breakfast, lunch, and a la carte items, or for applying for free reduced status. Doctors is the student primary care physician. Storm is where a student goes during inclement weather. Other is contacts who just don't fit into any of the other categories. Fee organization contact is responsible for paying any fees, registration, athletic activities, and such that a student occurs during or when applicable. An organization such as Scholarship Fund can be submitted as a student fee contact to permit a non-family member to make payments on a student's behalf. Adding and editing contacts and Edit Contacts. Student Contact Association allows JMC software to funnel students' information into the correct contacts based upon the contact type. The View Student Data page in JMC Office permits the association of up to 10 contacts with a student to ensure schools are able to easily communicate with the most important people in the student's life. Copy contacts. You can quickly and easily copy contacts from one student to another with the Copy Contact button in the View Student Data page. Change contact. Associate a contact with a student with the help of the Change Contact button that assesses a list of available contacts from the Edit Contacts page. Once contacts are created in JMC and associated with students, you can create your very own easy-to-reference contacts list from a Print Contact Directory page in the Attendance module. Print hard copies of all different contact types or export them to a CSV file to have an alphabetized list of all contact information at your fingertips. Print Directory Contact Type. This convenient drop-down list allows you to choose from all the contact types in order to create a list of contacts to which you need to quickly access. Print or Export takes your full list of contacts offline for quick access, whether it be on your desktop or in a folder on top of your desk. Are there any questions? I don't see any questions right now, so we'll just continue. Attaching a contact to a student. Contacts in JMC are parents, family members, and other trusted adults that have close ties to the students in your school. Build your school's directory by adding contacts to utilize messaging features in JMC and provide families with access to JMC Family. Maintain an updated contact directory by editing existing contacts with current addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, and more to ensure complete records to open clear lines of communication with the members of your immediate school community. To add or edit a family contact record, go to Attendance Contact, Edit Contacts. Step 1, select the existing contact to be edited by entering the name of the contact in the Find field or click the Add button to create a new contact. Fun fact, the name of the students associated with the selected contact along with the type of association are displayed in the students with this contact list to help you identify the members of the same family. Step 2, enter or edit the contact name, address, city, state in the appropriate fields to update the demographic information associated with this contact. Helpful tip, create one primary contact entry that includes both parents' names if parents, guardians live at the same address to ensure one mailing. Step 3, enter a username and password in the appropriate field to provide login credentials to the JMC Family app. Fun fact, a family default username is the last name of the contact. However, this can be updated to avoid confusion for contacts with the same last name. Step 4, enter up to 8 email addresses in the appropriate field to allow the selected contact to receive emails sent through the JMC messaging tool. Fun fact, when using JMC messaging tools to send emails to a contact, the message will conveniently include all email addresses associated with that contact. Step 5, enter up to 8 phone numbers for the contacts in the phone field to associate a phone number with the selected contact. Helpful tip, enter a description such as dad's cell or mom's work for each phone number in the description field to easily identify the phone number on the View Student Data page. Step 6, select the appropriate option from the type drop-down list to indicate whether the phone number is for a home, work, fax, or cell phone. Step 7, select a numeric rank from the rank drop-down list to prioritize the order in which the phone numbers are contacted. Step 8, place a check mark in the appropriate messaging service checkbox to specify the purpose or category of communication associated with the phone number. SMS is text message. It enables the phone number to receive text messages if the listed number is a cell phone number. Emergency and weather-related contacts includes the phone number in the emergency weather-related call group for phone calls sent from the message center. Student lunch-related includes the phone number for the student lunch-related call group for phone calls sent from the message center. General school information, well, that includes phone numbers in the general school information call group for phone calls sent from the message center. Step 9, you click either of the Save buttons to update the changes to the contact or to add a new contact to your directory. Helpful tip, click the Delete button to remove the selected contact from your directory, or click either of the print buttons to print a hard copy of the contact record. So let's take a live look at attaching a contact to a student. First, we come into here and we go to Attendance, Contacts, Edit Contacts. If If you have a contact in here, you can go ahead and add email addresses. Whoopsie, I'll try that again. Whatever it is, put in the phone number, 507, 507, 507, and then that one is Dad's work, so that when you get on the main page, you'll know exactly who you're calling. Save anything that you change in here, otherwise all your stuff will go away. It's not a valid email address, so I'll just take it out, but you could certainly put in a valid email address. Now, if you just wanted to add a new contact, you simply go over here to the Add Contact. I know this is a different contact right here, but it doesn't matter. It'll take you to a clean page. And there you go. There's your clean page. You could put in the first name, the last name. And again, if the parents are married, so they're in the same house, you'll want to include them both on the same mailing. So it'd be Pat and Chris Hansen. You put in the address, city, state, phone number, username. Again, usually would be the last name of the parent. But if you have 800 Hansens in your school, you're going to want to use a different one. And then you can create a password for them if you would like to, and put in the email address. You can have up to 8. Phone number, again, we went through that already with the last one, and description. If you are going to have it a cell phone, you'll have to, and you want them to get text, you'll have to make sure that this box right here is checked and that this has cell phone on it. And then you could check any other boxes that are appropriate for each parent. All right. And then again, we have a print button at the top and the bottom, save button at top and bottom. So delete top and bottom. So everything's there at for your convenience, I should say. So I don't see any more questions, so we'll continue on. Linking a contact with a student. Now that students and contacts are entered in JMC, it's time to create contacts to student connections. Contacts can be associated with students in a variety of contexts, such as primary, lunch, or emergency. Creating this association provides access to the family portal and enables messaging functions. Once connected, a contact will receive the access and messaging options that are appropriate for their relationship. Get started attaching contacts to students by navigating to the View Student Data page. Step 1, select the student to be edited by entering the name of the student in the Find drop-down list. Step 2, select the empty contact choice from the Contacts drop-down list in the upper left-hand corner of the contact area. The contact area can be found in the upper right-hand corner of the page. Helpful tip, each student can have up to 10 contacts attached to them. Step 3, click the Change Contact button right there to select a contact to be attached to the student. Step 4, you select a contact to be attached by entering their name in the Select a Contact Type drop-down list. Step 5, click the OK button to continue or click the Close button to cancel the contact selection. Step 6, you select the contact type from the Type drop-down list to define the contact's relationship to the student. And we've gone over this already, so I'll just go through this quickly. You can have primary, secondary, emergency, lunch, doctor, other, or fee organization. Step 7, you enter a description in the relationship between the contact and the student in the description field. An example would be dad, or grandpa, or mom. Step 8, place a check mark in the In Mailings checkbox if this contact should receive student mailings. Step 9, place a check mark in the In Reports checkbox if this contact should be included in the JMC office reports. Helpful tip, for example, a contact would not be included in the attendance absent tardy check report or student information forms if the In Reports checkbox is unchecked. So if there's 2 primary contacts, mom and dad, they'll both need to be in the In Reports if they both have custody. Step 10, place the check mark in the lunch access checkbox if this contact should be allowed to make lunch account deposits for the student. Step 11, place a check mark in the tuition and fee access checkbox if this contact should be allowed to make tuition and fee payments on behalf of the student. Step 12, click the Save button to save your new student contacts association to the student record. So let's take a live look at this. So we're done with this part already, and we'll go to the View Student Data page. And here I have Keisha Anderson up, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this one already has an empty contact in it right here, but I'll just pick this one. What the heck? Primary, it'll be the, whoopsie, I don't know how it went there. Okay, so I'm going to go change contact, then I'm going to put in the name of the contact that I want associated with this person. Click OK. And there it is. Make sure that you click Save afterwards. And then I now have a primary contact. If I wanted to add a second primary contact, if there was a separated family here, I would select empty contact number 2. Go to Change Contact. Find the person in the drop-down list. Let's see, we will go to Phil. And then save that there. And now as you can see, we have, whoopsie, where to go? Other, I didn't change it. I have to change it over here, sorry, to the type primary. There we go, and save. Now as you can see, we have primary 1 and primary 2. So for primary 1, in the description, I'd want to put mom and save. And then in primary 2, in the description, I can put dad and save. And then you'd keep going through as such. I could pick empty contact number 3. I would have to make sure that the contact was entered in the attendance contacts, edit contacts page. Create any kind of emergency contact or anything you want for that, doctor or such. And go back over here, go to the empty contacts. I am going to make this one an emergency contact. I will make this person the emergency contact. So I come over to the type and I select emergency and then save. And you just keep going down the list like that. Now, if the secondary parent wants to be in all the reports, you'll have to make sure that this is checked. Okay. So that's it for today. Today's JMC news and upcoming events. We have prepping for back to school online registration coming up on the 17th and on the 18th, in case you missed it, utilizing the features of JMC collaboration tools. April 4th, or I should say the 4th week in April, on the 23rd, we have Minnesota MCCC EdFi work session. And on the 24th of April, we have, in case you missed it, utilizing the features of JMC's refreshed new family enrollment portal. On May 1st, May Day, we have Nebraska's end-of-year state reporting. On the 8th of May, we have implementing the back-to-school online registration process. And on the 9th of May, we have another MCCC EdFi reporting for Minnesota schools. With JMC Teacher Conference Scheduler, teachers can block off time slots, giving families a crystal clear view into their availability, and the power to set up all the teachers' conferences in one place. Are you interested? You can request the module at sales@jmcinc.com. Who's ready for summer break? Let's kick off the fun at Summer Conference in Minnesota on June 18th and in Iowa on June 20th, where JMC will treat your team to sizzling games, prizes, food, fully loaded swag bags, and JMC innovations. To top it off, a speaker, Joe Beckman, will stop by with his guitar for a feel-good tunes and a talk on why human connections matter. Did we mention the school who sends the most attendees to the conference will win a piping hot pizza party for their entire building? So grab your tickets today. Do you want to experiment with the scheduling without dirtying up your live data? Enter the JMC Sandbox. Our training videos will show you how to use the JMC Sandbox site to think outside of the box with the scheduling building. Dig into this JMC innovation over on YouTube. 2 new reasons to cheer: JMC's Gate and General Store. From streamlining event admissions to an easy way to sell, track, and report on school merch via your own virtual store. These portals will help boost school communication engagement. Stay tuned for the fall launch. Another great way to stay up to date on all things JMC is through our social media presence. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn at OnlineJMC, or you can blog us at jmcinc.com/news. Thank you so much for joining us today.